Lots of people enjoy their interactions with birds, but when a species is introduced into an ecosystem where it doesn't belong, it can spread quickly and smother native wildlife.
Taiwan is grappling with the proliferation of two bird species, the African sacred ibis, introduced to the island 30 years ago, and the lowly pigeon.
Tonight in our Sunday Special Report, we learn about Taiwan's worst invasive birds and discover why it's so hard to stop them.
Odie，你先把那个前面的草先清掉，然后船准备好，东西先放上去。
These young explorers are on a mission to find and remove the eggs of the sacred ibis. Hailing from Africa, these birds proliferate so well in Taiwan that they're seen as an invasive species. The African sacred ibis is not endemic to this ecosystem, and its presence has thrown Taiwan's biodiversity out of balance. As a result, it's had a negative effect on the environment, economy, and even public health. In ancient Egyptian mythology, the sacred ibis represents the god of wisdom. About 30 years ago, the species was brought to Taiwan and introduced as an ornamental bird. A storm that destroyed an enclosure led to 6 of the birds escaping into the wild, where they began to breed.
10年前我做埃及圣玄的研究，那个时候呢
10 years ago, I was researching the African sacred ibis. At the time, we ran a concurrent survey, a 2-week concurrent survey of the population in Taiwan. At the time, we found that there were about 600 birds nationwide.
With no natural predators in Taiwan to keep their numbers in check, there are now more than 5,000 birds. The species poses a threat to ducks, geese, and other waterfowl living on farms.
如果假设埃及圣环身上带有相关就是禽流感这些疾病的话
Say that an African sacred ibis is carrying the avian flu virus. It would serve as a source of the virus. It would be able to carry the virus from an infected farm to an uninfected farm.
Invasive birds can also present a health risk in Taiwan's cities. At this home, dollops of pigeon droppings sit right outside the window. The residents say keeping the place clean is a losing battle.
You
can use this type of fishnet, but it's to very limited effect. As you can see here, they can still squeeze through.
This past year or so, my daughter-in-law has had trouble breathing at night, and the little one often wakes up in the middle of the night and has to go to the hospital. They say these avian mites cause respiratory tract infections. That's when I knew this pigeon problem was quite serious.
Pigeons can carry a parasite called avian mites on their bodies. These tiny mites are often no bigger than 0.1 centimeters long, but their bite can cause extreme itchiness and allergic reactions. In addition, pigeon droppings can contain fungi that are harmful to humans.
His wife has health issues because of Cryptococcus. It causes an allergic reaction. It's a hidden threat. She is always going to the dermatologist.
Pigeons arrived in Taiwan by way of Europe, and they are very well adapted to life in the city. Although they have had to contend with predators like feral cats and hawks, their strong reproductive ability has ensured their survival.
鸽子在国外的文献很多都称它为天空中的老鼠。
Overseas, according to the literature, pigeons are regarded as rats of the sky. Why is that so? Because in a country like Taiwan, where the weather is like spring all year round, pigeons can breed 8 times in a year. They can lay eggs 8 times.
Pigeons are friendly and readily approachable. As they are often fed by people in city parks, their populations have exploded at urban centers all over the world. Bolivar Square in Colombia teems with pigeons. To tackle the problem, the Colombian government staged a skit that implored the public not to feed the pigeons. Thailand has cracked down on seed sellers and bird feeders who can be fined up to 25,000 baht or jailed for up to 3 months. To reduce its pigeon population, the Taipei City government launched a family planning campaign. These yellow pellets contain a secret weapon, bird birth control. It works, but it's not a magic bullet.
这个绝育饲料它有一个规定，就是每一天这个鸽子起码要吃大概5克左右。
In order for this contraceptive to be effective, a pigeon has to eat at least 5 grams of it every day. However, there are too many people feeding the birds, so often they fill up on other food.
To depopulate the African sacred ibis, bird control teams had tried to lower the birth rate by spraying corn oil on eggs. When that didn't work, they resorted to more aggressive measures.
一个是成鸟的移除，再来就是生殖控制。
We eradicate adult birds and we control bird reproduction. To eradicate adult birds, you need to use guns, the way they do in other countries. In Taiwan, the laws on gun control are quite strict. So for now, all we can do is lay traps or ambush them. As for controlling bird reproduction, we go to their nests. We interrupt the breeding cycle by removing eggs and fledglings.
The issue of invasive birds is often a tug of war between humane treatment and effective population control.
埃及圣环它的这个每年的繁殖其实是有2次。
African sacred ibis breed only twice a year, so if you get the timing wrong and aren't able to interrupt the cycle, the population can double or quadruple.
Controlling the propagation of an invasive species is a race against time. A delayed start means greater damage that requires more aggressive methods of eradication. More aggressive methods trigger greater controversy. Arguments for protecting life and protecting against a threat are often at loggerheads when an invasive species rears its head. Bird controllers take contentious measures like killing the birds outright. But they say they hope their strategies will work toward a balanced ecosystem where all wildlife has room to thrive.